This is the plaintiff, Christina Stelly. She says she worked as a nanny for the defendant, and the no-good woman owes her money. When she quit and then asked for her pay, the rude woman told her she had a nanny camera on her, and all she did all day was sit around and watch TV. If the defendant really did secretly tape her, well, that's just not right. She's suing for $400 for owed wages. This is the defendant, Anne. She says there are so many reasons the plaintiff doesn't deserve a penny. It would be hard for her to list them all here today. But to start with, the plaintiff left her 6-year-old unattended in the bath, was caught sleeping on the job, and let her kid play in the yard while she sat under a tree. Oh, her money? Not on your life. She's accused of knocking a nanny.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff worked as a nanny for the defendant and didn't get paid, but the defendant says that she put a nanny cam on the plaintiff and it showed that she did nothing. The defendant also says the 6-year-old was unattended in the bath, etc., etc. It's the case of nanny. Got your go.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Christina Stelly?
Yes.
You are suing Anne. You've asked to be referred to only by the name Anne.
Yes.
For work that you did for her as a nanny that, according to you, she didn't pay you for, plus your time lost in having to sue her for that. All right. What's going on?
Okay, so I started working for the defendant at the end of April. I found her through a website called care.com. I had previously found another job on there, so this was my second job from that
How old are you?
website. I'm 18.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was first hired, we had agreed that she'd pay me $8 an hour. After a few weeks, I started to notice that the amount of hours I was working wasn't adding up with the money that she was giving me. The reason why I didn't say anything is I didn't know if she had a financial issue. Coming from a household with a single mom, I know how hard things can be sometimes, and I really like the job, so I didn't say anything.
Why would you not say anything if you're working the hours and she's not paying you?
I love the job so much.
But why wouldn't you say something and then say, you know,
I didn't want to be fired. Honestly, I didn't want to.
You want to be fired for saying you underpaid me?
Yes.
But you don't think that you have, that's the problem with being 18.
Yes,
You don't
I know.
feel like you have the right to say, wait a minute, I think this is off in a nice, polite fashion. And,
Yes.
All right, go on.
Okay, so on June 17th, that was a Sunday, it was after school, I'd been let out. She asked me if I could work the following Monday, the 18th. I said, yes, that's fine with me, but I can't work Wednesday. I have previous arrangements. So I worked that Monday, the 18th, from 8 to 3, and then she texted me around 6 at night asking me if I could pick her daughter up from camp at 4 o'clock on Wednesday. I told her, no, I already told you I couldn't work. I'm sorry, I can't. And she just got kind of snotty with me and asked me, wow, why didn't you give me a 2 weeks notice? So I got pretty upset that she was being rude or snotty back to me because I felt like I had been understanding the whole time about the money. And so I told her, you know, you had given me no set hours for the week, and I confronted her about the money issue. That's when she came back to me saying she had a nanny cam on me monitoring me the whole time, and she also claimed that her daughter was unsupervised numerous times, but she had never once confronted me about that. So I feel as though if she told me that her daughter, or if she felt that her daughter was unsafe, she should have said something about it.
Okay, here's what I'm not getting then. So what you're saying is that you're telling her you can't work Wednesday.
Yes.
And that's when you get fired?
Yes, correct. So I just feel as...
Is this all through text or?
Yes, I have the text
Can I see them?
messages. Yes.
What's going on?
Basically, I mean, I agree with what she said. I found her through care.com, but I brought a copy of the description I put on care.com stating that I'm looking for a sitter for a 5-year-old and that it needed to be someone who could be there on Mondays once in a while, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Mm-hmm. And that I needed someone that could play with my daughter and that was going to play. It was specific in the ad that she responded to. And that if you're not playing with her, that you're not getting paid.
Okay, and?
And so I went to work on that Monday from 9 to 1. And during the time I was at work, my roommate who was in the home texted me to let me know that she fell asleep and that my daughter was being unattended. So I was supposed to work until 3. I went home to get my daughter. When I got there, Christina was outside underneath one of the trees in the backyard, and my daughter was playing off by herself. So
Playing off where?
she was in the backyard, but she was just not being watched, not being played with.
Okay, where's your roommate? Is this your roommate?
No, I have two roommates at the time. He just started a job, but it is in the police report. He gave a statement, and I brought a copy of the police report with me as well.
Let me see it. Can I see the nanny cam?
I don't have a nanny.
Okay.
It was him that he was watching.
Except for that, what you said was, I have a nanny cam and I've been watching you, and all you do all day is sit and text. That's not what you said your roommate told you. You said your roommate says, I'm sorry, did I breathe and give you the impression I was done speaking? What you said your roommate said was that she was outside in the backyard with her and nodded off, and that your roommate then called you and then you came home. But this is rather... It's sort of an interesting choice of words, because it's, I have a nanny cam, I've been watching you, all you do is sit all day and text. And this doesn't happen. It's interesting that this is all 7/26, June 18. At 6:52, you're asking her to watch your kid.
Correct.
Even though your nanny cam has already shown you that she's,
But
so I don't get it.
What I found out on Monday was that she was sleeping, and that I had not known previously. The texting and stuff I did.
I need you to prove that.
To prove what?
That she was sleeping.
Well, other than the written in the police report that he gave to the police, that's the only proof I have.
This is your roommate? And your roommate couldn't come here today?
Correct.
I really need to talk to the guy who claims that she was asleep. Were you asleep?
No, Your Honor. I may have.
Did anybody say to you that you were asleep? You may have what?
I may have laid on the couch and watched TV with her daughter. That's the only time I was ever on the couch doing anything that she's accusing me of. The one time I brought her out, those text messages about going ice cream, the one time I bring her out and try to do something fun with her is when she got upset with me.
Is it wrong to put a nanny cam on a nanny without telling the nanny? What do you think?
I think you should be able to have a camera and observe what's going on. There's a contract that...
Secretly?
Why not?
Well, that's the question. Why not? What do you think? Should you be able to put a nanny cam on a nanny?
Yes, because she's watching your children. She should be doing her job properly.
Fair enough. Is it okay to do it secretly, though? That's the question.
Well, I guess since you're the one paying her, I mean, I guess it should make sense. I mean, you're the one...
Secretly.
Why not?
Why not? Going inside the courtroom.
You send her a text saying, wow, what happened at 2 weeks' notice? Okay, thanks. And then you say, you hadn't even given me set hours for this week, so I had no clue. My mom just told me about it over the weekend. Why is mom telling you about it?
No, she was telling me that we had plans Wednesday.
Your own plans.
Yes.
I thought you'd have her in daycare. When you first hired me, you asked me what I wanted to make an hour. I agreed to 8, and you've been paying me 5, which is under minimum wage. You don't always pay me on time either. I haven't left because I like your daughter, but I feel used. I have my own real bills, and I'm barely making anything from you. I could easily have a waitressing job, but I like the babysitting. And you respond, I have never paid you $5 an hour. I have paid you 8, even when you sit on the couch the whole time and text. I have a nanny cam and have been watching you. All you do is sit all day. Then you took her out for ice cream for 4 hours. She said she went to 4 stores. I get that $8 an hour is not much, and I was going to offer more, but you really don't do much to get more than that. I will find other arrangements from now on, as it is obvious by your last text that you do not want to do this anymore. So where there is, the reason I fired her is because it was a last straw when I heard she was asleep. You're firing her because she has the nerve to stand up to you at that moment.
Not even that. It says she didn't give me 2 weeks notice. I was
no,
very
you
clear.
said you fired her because
and because she was sleeping. So it was everything coming
together. Where's the sleeping there? When you fired her because she was sleeping, where is it accusing her of sleeping there? She responds, I just thought you wanted her out of the house. And she said she'd never been there before, so I thought she'd like it because you can make your own ice cream. I thought she was having fun trying on sunglasses and laughing. I don't know why she would complain. Who called the police? She did or you did?
I did, Your Honor. So I really don't understand what she wants me to really do.
I don't either. What she wants is to not pay you the $200 that she owes you.
And I brought proof too, and I apologize, because I brought payments that I've made as well as
but you don't deny that there's $200 due and owing. You're saying you don't owe it.
I don't owe. I brought proof of when I paid her for those. I'm agreeing that I owe her for the Monday from 9 to 1, but that is the only day I did not pay her for.
And what's your response to that?
She was supposed to pay me Monday. She paid me on Saturday.
Monday, what number?
I'm not sure. It was the beginning of June. But she did not pay me for the days that she's claiming to have paid me.
Okay. What days do you say you worked and she didn't pay you? Give me the dates.
I would need the text messages to my phone.
Or may I say something, please? I'm her mother.
Sure.
When I'm not understanding what the defendant is trying to say, she's saying that she prepaid her. When the police officer showed up at her house, why did she agree that she still owed her money and she was going to give us another check or give my daughter another check?
That's not what the police report says. Is she disputed Stelly's claim for hours worked last week and Monday. But, last week and Monday.
Correct.
But said she will pay her $8 an hour for whatever time is agreed upon. I advised the easiest thing to do would be to pay Stelly for 25 hours by mail and have no more contact.
Correct.
I advised her that any other action by Stelly would be civil in nature. I advised Stelly that the easiest thing to do is accept her payment, mail her the apartment key, and not have any other contact. Both parties stated they understood and agreed. All right. How much would you pay her when you paid her?
$8 an hour.
All right. It's right here in the police report where you say where the police officer says she disputes the hours worked, having to pay the hours worked last week and Monday. I'm going to order you to pay the $200. You don't get $200 for time lost to be aggravated to sue, but you do get your $200 and your court costs. Verdict for the plaintiff.
All right, so this is what the defendant has to say about coming out on the losing end. She didn't get everything she sued for, but she got something from us.
Yeah, I just hope she made a fool out of herself and no one else hires her as a sitter.
Well, you hired her as a sitter.
I did, yeah, but I won't again.
Well, what do you do now for your child?
She is in daycare, or I find someone that's college educated.
Mm-hmm. How come you couldn't bring your witness? I mean, you could have won your case. You need the evidence.
Unfortunately, he just started a new job, and it's difficult to get time off to come to court.
All right, head right down there. All right, so is this about the money or your reputation or what here?
Pretty much both. I want the money and same thing. Just wanted to make a point of just the way she acted.
Well, you guys didn't have any problem at the beginning when you first started working, right?
No, not at all.
This came up out of the clear blue sky?
Yeah, once she started treating me wrongly, I'm only an 18-year-old girl, and she should be a lot more mature than that to treat me like that.
All right, Harvey.
So if you have a fee dispute with anybody where they're not paying you your salary, one of the things that you have in a lot of states is a labor commission. And the labor commission can mediate, in some cases, some of these fee disputes. So it's something to think about short of going to court. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.